What's going on, everyone? This is Impulse and welcome back to HermitCraft Season 6. We are starting today's episode in a pretty noisy area of my base. That is because we have our fan club in front of us right here, all hanging out, taking care of my dog, it looks like. You guys are great. Keep doing what you're doing. Anyway, so I am in here and I'm trying to figure out the best way to do some trading because my team is in some need and I am as well of name tags. Lots and lots of name tags. We need them. I'm not going to talk about why. I'm sure you guys can figure that out on your own. But anyway, yeah, we need some name tags. And trading with these guys is how I've been getting my emeralds. You guys know I've been able to get a lot of emeralds. I gave a ton away to green. I haven't really restocked since then. But I like using the farmer because I have a lot of these crops. I have a lot of potatoes. I have a lot of carrots. And I have a few pumpkins and melons, but I don't really like trading melons because you have to craft them, and that's kind of a pain. I'm too lazy for that. I also have these librarians in here, and I can make paper with my sugarcane. I have a massive sugarcane farm, but not the best trade. Look at it. It takes 34 on this guy just to get an emerald. So that's a lot, right? We're going to go through a whole stack, more than a stack, just to get 2 emeralds. So not the best trade, but I have a ton of sugarcane, so sometimes it makes sense. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out, okay, if I need to get a ton of name tags, I can't even get a name tag from that guy. He's not even unlocked all the way. Come on, there he is. All right, this one has 22 emeralds for a name tag. They're pretty expensive as far as trading goes. But if we can generate a lot of emeralds, that's not a big deal, right? So, revisiting my strategy on how to get emeralds, I'm thinking I need to continue with the farmer, but look at the pumpkin trade here. It's only 11 pumpkins. In fact, do I have another farmer in here? Let's see what he's got. Oh, he's a Fletcher. Are you a farmer? No, you're a fisherman. I should get some more farmers. Anyway, 11's not bad. Pumpkins seem to be a better trade, right, than carrots and potatoes. So I think I need to beef up my pumpkin production. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to beef up our whole trading scenario in general. And yeah, my little pumpkin farm here is not big enough. I mean, we're getting some, but that's not going to get us the amount of emeralds for name tags that we need. So it's time to take things to the next level. You guys know how I do. Of course, if we're going to build a big farm, which we are, there's only one place I can think to do it, and that is where I build other big farms, like my sugarcane farm. And the reason is because we are going to create a little bit of lag with some more flying machines and things like that. It kind of fits the mold here. But in order to build this farm, I need to find a place for it. You can see there's a lot of like hills and stuff, and I don't really feel like digging all that out. So we may extend this one down this way and maybe over the ocean a bit. So yeah, the reason why we're out here is because it's away from the population, basically. It's away from where all the hermits hang out mostly. It's away from the hermit island, all that kind of thing. So if we create some lag out here, not a huge deal. We're only going to be running this thing, you know, here and there basically as we need it. But we do have a nice flat surface out here. It's called the ocean. I think what we'll do is maybe just build over that. Maybe I'll take out some of this, kind of just leave a little bit of gap in between these farms. So I got a little terraforming to do, and then we're going to be laying down a lot of dirt again, like we did with the sugarcane farm. We gotta lay down a lot of dirt so that we can grow these pumpkins on. So, all right, I'm going to get my trusty shovels out. I even brought an extra, and we're gonna get digging. There we go. We now have a platform to build this farm on, nice and big. And of course I logged out after doing that. And I logged back in and something else has happened. There's now a cow farm here. Somebody saw a good opportunity to build a cow farm on this big platform, which is fine. It's fine. We have plenty of room to still build this farm. We're going to lose a few slices of it. I was going to go all the way to the edge of this one to kind of keep it symmetric, but that's okay. One more farm in the area, and I believe it was Tango and Zedif. Yeah, they're over there somewhere. I see some name tags. They're over there working with villagers now, but I think they did this on a live stream. They got a little cow farm, and it looks like we have an escapee here. But anyway, I want to show you guys kind of the concept of this pumpkin farm that we're going to be going for. It is a concept I saw from ilmango in one of his videos he did for a melon farm that he's going to use for composting in 1.14. And I thought, you know what? That design would actually work pretty darn good for a pumpkin farm. And so that's what we're going to use it for here. So I'm going to put a hopper minecart down. This is actually going to be responsible for collecting things, as they do. That's their jobs. And what we're going to do is we're going to put an iron bar down in the middle of this hopper basically, and that's going to be responsible for kind of pushing this thing along, which is really cool. So we got to face this guy down, put an iron bar right there, and I'm going to break that just so that you can see it's going to be just a single iron bar just like that. If we put a button there, you can see the iron bar is now in the middle of that hopper minecart right there. So we'll take this away now, and the magic is using flying machines. So if we put a little slime block flying machine here, and I'm just going to simulate one for an example here. If we do that, now we can trigger this guy, and what will happen is, watch this minecart. It moves forward, and then it moves back. This iron bar is kind of controlling it, right? So that's pretty cool. And then what happens when it runs into a pumpkin is that it's going to actually destroy it, and at the same time, it's going to pick it up. So we get to see that pumpkin right in there. I'll put another one down. There you go. Moving back and forth, the pumpkins are getting collected. Why did not? That's kind of strange. Why did those not stack? Huh. Anyway, so yeah, obviously we're limited by the amount of space in the minecart with the hopper to 5 stacks. So obviously we want to make sure that it, the farm isn't so big that this thing fills up. We're gonna actually collect it. We're gonna split it in half and kind of collect it halfway through to make sure. But the farm's not that big anyway. And then we'll just kind of have these going like every other row, because we're gonna have the stems with the pumpkins growing off to the left or right here, and then we'll have hopper minecart kind of every other row here, all the way down with more flying machines, of course, to carry them across. So yeah, I need to now plant all the stems, which means I need to get a hoe out, hoe all the ground here so we have a place to plant this stuff, and they're gonna need some water sources and things like that. So I got a lot more work to do, so let me get that done real quick. Real quick? Who was I kidding? That was not real quick. That took me quite some time to get all these rows tilled and planted with melon seeds and water sources put in to make sure the farmland stays hydrated and all that stuff. But look at this, we have pumpkins. Did I say melon? Pumpkins galore. Pumpkins galore. Look around. I do need to do something about this. I have some dirt on the edges here. They can't grow this way. I don't want them to grow this way. So I'm thinking if we do something like this, if we come in and put blocks here, oops, here I mean, then they should not grow that direction. I don't think they're allowed to grow on top of stone if I remember correctly. So yeah, I need to go through and kind of do that to make sure they don't grow that way. But I've also gone ahead and put in one of the flying machines. So yeah, we have basically the same design as this sugarcane farm, and all I've done is added the bars and the carts to the bottom of this, and I should be able to just send a signal to that block right there with that torch on it, and that should send it off. And on the other end I have just a return station, basically the same as we have on this end of the sugarcane farm. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and press this button. As you can see, I haven't tested it. We got tons of pumpkins growing, so let's do it. Let's press the button and hope for the best. Hopefully I did this right, and we can kind of run along. Let's see if we can get a nice view of this thing. It's popping the, whoa, it's popping the pumpkins. There we go. Should be collecting them. Okay, good. I thought I got stuck for a second. Should be collecting them in the minecarts as it goes. And I'm not seeing any. These already grew back. Wow. Wow, they grow quick. This is awesome. We're going to have so many pumpkins after it makes its way all the way down here. This is about, I think I counted 99 blocks long. So I was going to go 100, but then due to the water sources and just kind of where they ended, because a water source is only going to hydrate like 4 blocks on every direction in like a square. So let's see, it's still coming. Wow, it does take quite some time to get down here. So 99 blocks basically down and back. There's no way that I should really fill up the hopper minecart. So I think we're good to just do this down and back. All right, so now the real test is, will this automatically return? Snap. Yes. Perfect. All right. Wow. It actually worked. First try. That is not like me. Excellent. And so these ones that actually grew already, it's going to pick up on the way back as well. So we get a few extra. Look at this. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, we're going to wait until this gets back and we'll get an idea of how many pumpkins we got just from that one harvest. All right, the flying machine has returned and docked safely. So now let's check out what we got inside of each one. So we got over a stack and then a little bit. We got kind of the same thing in here, over stack and a little bit. Looking pretty similar in every one of these so far. Yeah, just about the same amount in every single one of these. And this one not quite a stack. I wonder, I guess because it's only got one side that it could grow onto. So that kind of makes sense why the end would be like that. But yeah, over a stack in each one. And again, nowhere close to filling up a hopper's worth. So that's going to work out perfectly. Now what I need to do is, let's see, this takes care of how many lanes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lanes at a time. And so if I build another flying machine here, we can do these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then looks like we're gonna have to do about 3 more flying machines in order to cover the entire farm. So I'll go ahead and just build those up now, and then of course we're gonna have to find a way to collect all these goods. All right, I miscalculated that just a little bit. I actually had to build 1, 2, 3, 4 flying machines. Well, actually this one's more like a half of one, so 3.5, but I still had to build up the whole device, the return system and all that stuff. So yeah, 4 more, and you can see I've got all the carts in, and I've also put these chests here to kind of help catch them as they come back. Chests have a little bit smaller of a hitbox than a full block, and I thought the minecart might need that space. If we take a look at F3B, we can kind of see that hitbox is getting right up against that chest, and it looks pretty good as far as being centered. So I was having a bit of an issue without that there of the carts kind of getting jarred loose from the bar and getting left behind. So I've tested this a few times now and they seem to be hanging on, but now we got a new problem. These are filling up with, yeah, that one's completely full. These are filling up with pumpkins pretty fast. I'm not sure if I should worry about this either. These are kind of crooked. Some of these come in and they get a little crooked. I don't know, like if I was to put like a slab there or something, would I cause a problem? I don't know. I'm tempted to test it, but I don't really want to have to replace these carts if it causes a problem either. So maybe someday I will test that. If this becomes a problem with these guys being turned awkwardly, then yeah, I guess at that point I'd have a problem to solve, wouldn't I? So anyway, we're missing a cart. Where did you go? Did I lose a cart? Oh. I wonder if it's down at the other end. We should go down there and check. But I was going to say, we have another problem that we need to solve. Like I said, the hoppers are full, and we need to actually collect the items. So when these come back to dock, what they need to do is actually stop on top of like a hopper chain so that they can unload the items. And we'll have them stationed here long enough to make sure we collect all that. But in order to do that, I actually need to modify the return system a bit so that they don't get automatically sent back. I need to send these out of here so that we can put hoppers right here in these spots so that it can collect. And yeah, obviously the carts can't be here while we do that because it's kind of in the, they're kind of on top of where we need to be putting these hoppers. So, and I don't really want to replace those hopper minecarts. It's kind of a pain. I'm going to come down here and see, maybe we need those chests at this end as well, because yeah, look at this. We lost a minecart, and my guess is that it came down and as it got returned kind of like jarred loose and continued going this way. So I think I'll put the chest down here as well, but real quick, let me show you how I'm going to disable these. So the way this works right now is as the flying machine comes in, it activates this observer right here. So the flying machine is going to actually touch that observer. It's going to make this observer go off, send a signal into the into that obsidian. Do I have another redstone dust? As I hopefully won't break things here. It's going to go into that obsidian, which sends a signal up, and then that lifts that trapdoor and sends it back down. And that goes onto the observer that's facing up on the flying machine, and that will send the signal to send it back. So this is going to always do that, basically. Let me get this guy out of the way. Ooh, jeez, lots of pumpkins in that one as well. Jeez. All right, we're gonna waste some pumpkins, I know. So in order to make sure that they stay down here, the fix basically is if we get back here, I can put a lever on the back side of this, and then if I activate it, now you can see it's getting power already. So when it hits this observer, nothing's going to happen really. This observer is going to send power to a block that's already powered, and yeah, nothing's going to happen. They should just sit here. So I'm going to go down through here, put all the levers on the back of these obsidian blocks, and probably put some more chests in place to make sure we don't lose any more of these carts. There we go. Got the hopper chain in place now. You can see it's all along here. These are connected, of course, all the way down. And this is where the hopper minecart should sit while this is docked over here. And all the items should flow through. So now I'm ready to send them all back on their way. And they should start unloading into this double chest. Of course, this is not going to be enough because, I mean, just look at the amount of pumpkins we have. This is insane. This is awesome. So I'm going to go down to the other end, flip the switch again, send them back, and we're going to start seeing these guys flow in. Oh my, that is definitely a beautiful thing. They are rolling in. The hoppers are, yep. Here we go. They're coming in. All of them. They're all draining of their pumpkins. That one's already done. Oh, this is excellent. This is so good. All right, so I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, yeah, this is definitely not going to be enough storage for this thing. Also, right now I'm manually activating this. So I think the next step is I should put in another smart storage solution, kind of like we did here with the sugarcane farm. How we have them all getting put into shulker boxes. I got plenty of shulker boxes back at the base still and getting filled up that way. So it looks like this thing ran out of shulker boxes actually. Yep. So I need to get some more in there as well. But I think I'm going to build up one of those. Also, what am I going to do here? Should I put this on a daylight sensor like we did there? Or some sort of hopper timer where as long as I'm standing like on a pressure plate or something, the timer can be going. Because again, I don't really want these taking off while I'm not in the area. Kind of like we did with the sugarcane farm. I didn't really want that turning on without me being around. And, you know, there's a good chance that if we unload the chunks that the slime block flying machines could have a problem. They could break. So we don't want to do that. We want to make sure we're loading the chunks until they make their way down and back, and they only go off when we're around. So yeah, I got to think about that for another minute or so and figure out what I'm going to do there. But first, let's go ahead and build up this shulker box loader. Well, it's not pretty, but it will do the job. We have our shulker box dispenser right here. I gotta get some shulker boxes from my base, but this is filling up as we speak, and as soon as it is completely full, it will get crushed down into this half slab, which is gonna collect it into this chest so that we get to store it and keep it for use for trading later. For those of you that haven't seen this little loader, it's pretty simple. You can see there's a comparator right here coming off the back of this shulker box. It's going to read how much is in there, and as soon as it is full, the reason it's going to actually set a signal off is because we are trying to match what we have in this hopper. So as soon as, because this hopper is a container that is completely full, as soon as this is also full, then finally that signal is going to be allowed to come through that comparator, and the first thing that's going to happen is a direct signal to this crusher, basically the piston there, and then after that's gone, we're going to send a signal with a little bit of delay here to the dispenser so it can dispense another shulker box, assuming we had some actually in there. So pretty simple deal there, and yeah, this should be filling up quite soon, I would suspect. Let me take it down here so we can take a look. Oh, got grabbed there, which is the whole purpose of that deal. But if we put it on the back of that, yeah, now we can open it. So it is getting awfully close to filling up. We can probably help it along if we want to just demonstrate. Let's go ahead and throw a couple more stacks in there, and one more stack should do. If we can, we're in a race now to beat this. Here we go. This should get set off any second. There it goes. Perfect. Perfect. Now there is a chance this could pop out without getting sucked up. So we're going to put some glass and stuff in front of this to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, there we go. We got a full, completely full shulker box of pumpkins already. And I'm going to run back to my base and get more. And I've thought about what we're going to do about this situation as well. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a nice AFK spot, kind of just right here in the middle of the two, well, 3 farms now, because we have this cow farm. I'm not sure if this thing actually works or not. Tango said it wasn't great, but anyway, so I think I'm gonna just do like an AFK spot just right around here somewhere, make it nice and safe, and then I will create a pressure plate and put that on a timer that's gonna activate both farms, because I haven't really been activating the sugarcane farm either, and I'll load this up with some more shulker boxes as well. So gotta make a quick run to the base. I'll get that set up and I'll be right back. Alright, so here's what I've come up with. We've got ourselves an etho hopper clock, and right now it is currently locked. You can see the dust on that side and the dust on this side are lit up, and the items are not flowing back and forth like they should. That's because underneath I have a redstone torch that is sending signal to that redstone dust on the side, and that is going to keep it from being able to continue moving here. So the only way we're going to be able to get this clock moving again is by standing on that pressure plate, which sends signal to that redstone dust. You can hear pistons firing. That is from my shulker box loader. Let's see how many we've got so far. Ooh, 3 full shulker boxes already, and I haven't ran this thing in a while, which means pretty much every pumpkin's probably grown. Oh my goodness. So we're going to set this thing off here in a second. And I got myself an AFK chamber right here made out of glass so I can see things. We just come up here, we can shut that. We are fully boxed in so we can see the sugarcane farm. We can partially see the pumpkin farm. I probably could have gone a little further this way so I could get a good view of both, but I just really want to see the flying machines coming and going here, which will be able to do. So now I just need to step on the pressure plate, and an item will move across into this hopper. That's going to activate the piston, sending a signal through here, and that signal's going off to the sugarcane farm and off to our pumpkin farm. So here we go. All the lag at once. We have our flying machines for the sugarcane going. Oh, feeling that frame rate. Love it. Oh, man. And then, oh, what happened there? It looks like, did signal not make it down to that last bit there? Possibly. We don't have to stay in here right now because the timer is going to be about 5 minutes long before it's going to be able to go again. So we can go ahead and walk out of here and it will lock back up so it won't go off again. I want to go investigate what exactly happened down at the end here. Ooh, we've got a failed flying machine. What did I... Oh... I know what I did. I had a cart that was broken, and when I went to fix it, I forgot to put the observer back. Do I have an extra observer on me? No, I don't. So pretty easy fix here. I just need to get this piston to pull all these things back where they're supposed to go. So if I do that, that'll work. And then I need to put an observer facing down on top of that right there. So that's my fault. I was fixing mine carts and stuff. They all should be good now. But yeah, this flying machine didn't go off, and these guys are already coming back. So I will get that fixed. No worries. That's a simple fix. But we got this thing working now. It's collecting all the pumpkins. We got a ton of pumpkins, shulker boxes flowing in like crazy, and sugarcane's gonna be flowing in again like crazy as well, as long as we AFK here. I did load these up, of course, with all the shulker boxes. I filled it up with 9, and I think those are gonna get filled up pretty quick here. Yeah. Oh, this is so awesome. So awesome to watch these things come in and feed us all the pumpkins. We're gonna get so many emeralds from this now. Look at how fast these pumpkins regrow. That is crazy. That is crazy. Oh my goodness. I love doing these big farms, these big episodes like this. Hopefully you guys enjoy them too. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe before you go. And with that said, I'll see you guys again next time. Have a good one, everyone.